Here's how to use B-roll in Final Cut Pro for beginners from action to cut. I'm going to show you everything you need to know about B-roll in Final Cut Pro, from what it is to why it's super important to use it to make your videos look professional. Without B-roll, your video might flop, but don't worry. I've got you covered with 3 super cool tricks the pros use to edit B-roll. And at the end, I'll hook you up with some free effects that perfectly complement your sweet B-roll. So let's get started with the basics. What is B-roll?
Do you need shots of ordinary people doing things? We got that B-roll.
So in video production, there are 2 types of videos. There's A-roll and B-roll. A-roll is your main footage of your topic or whatever the video is about. And B-roll is footage that you use to help tell that story. It's not your main footage, but it helps spice things up. Take a look at this video I made many years ago. It's about this man named Sean, and he makes these cool guitars in his garage. Right here at the very beginning, we have some B-roll of him playing the guitar while he describes his process. Let's check it out.
I got started about, 6-7 years ago, and one day I was gonna...
So we have some footage of Sean playing his guitar.
Attachment on the email from my little brother.
And then we can hear him talking about what he did in the background.
Sounds way better than what I had planned.
This right here is the A-roll. This is the interview with Sean. But instead of just showing that whole video of him talking and the interview, I used shots of him working in the shop, playing his guitar, building a guitar to spice it up and make it more visually entertaining. So we can add B-roll to our projects pretty easily in Final Cut Pro. I have some footage of me here and I'm doing a tutorial just like this. Are you tired of accidentally cutting your clips in Final Cut Pro? Yes, so tired of it. So instead of just me talking to the camera, I want to add some B-roll and cut away from me while I do the tutorial. So we need to add some B-roll to our video. Here's a screen recording I made, and I want to add a few seconds right here. So I'll select the part that I want to add to my project that I want to be B-roll, and I'll go up here to Edit, and I can select Connect to Primary Storyline. I can also click right here on the Connect button, but what I find even faster is to just move my playhead where I want to attach the B-roll, and then with it selected in the browser, up here, like so, I can then just press Q, and it will attach to my video clip right here. So now as I talk, it cuts to a screen recording of me in Final Cut Pro. There's a couple other ways you can add B-roll to your project. I can go up to Edit and I can insert it. That will take the clip and it will split wherever I'm at in 2 and insert that one. I can also press the insert button here or move my playhead to where I want it to insert and press W. So you'll see it split my clip into 2 here and inserted my B-roll. I can overwrite whatever's in the timeline with that clip by placing my playhead where I want it to overwrite and then go up to Edit, select Overwrite, or I can click the Overwrite button here. Or even faster, I can just move my playhead wherever I want to overwrite and press D. It overwrites the clips in there, replacing them with my B-roll. And then the last way to add it is to go up to Edit and select Append to Storyline, or press this Append button here, or even faster, select my footage for B-roll and then just press E, and you'll notice it added it to the end of my project. A lot of times when you add B-roll, you'll want just the video and not the audio. Take a look, for example, I have this clip here that I want to add as B-roll. So I'll move my playhead and press Q to add it right there above. But look, I have some other sounds in here. Let's listen. Accidentally cutting your clips in Final Cut Pro. In this video, it's some music and I don't want that. Sure, I can select it and drop the volume down, but I don't want to do that every time. So instead, I can change it so that it only adds the video and no audio. I can do that by going up to Edit and then change Source Media from all to Video Only. Or I can click this little arrow down here and I can select Video Only, or even faster, I can press Shift 2 to go to Video Only. And now when I move my playhead to the place where I want to add my B-roll and press Q, it adds the B-roll, but no audio. I can also do the same for just audio only. I can select Audio Only or press Shift 3. And now when I add that by pressing Q, it adds the audio down below, but no video. To go back to adding audio and video together, just press Shift 1 or click on this little arrow and select all. All right, now that I have some B-roll in my project, I can actually edit it just like any other clip. I can trim it by clicking and dragging on the ends of it to make it shorter or longer. I can click and drag to the left to move it earlier in time, or to the right to move it later in time. If I press the T button to bring up the trim tool, and now if I click and drag left or right on the clip, I can change the start and end time of my B-roll clip. And this little time code that pops up above tells me how much I've changed it by. So I've shifted the timing 1 second and 12 frames. You'll see right here the connection point where my B-roll is attached to my primary storyline. I can change where that is connected to my primary storyline by holding down Option and Command and then clicking on the clip where I want the new connection point to be. So now I've changed it to the middle here. I can go to the end or back to the beginning by holding down Option Command and clicking on the clip. So I have this B-roll connected to my main storyline, and I want to move this clip. I want to put it over here to the left of this clip. So if I click and drag it, you'll notice that my B-roll goes with it, but I don't want that to happen. I want the B-roll to stay over here. So I'll undo that, and when I click and drag, I'll hold down the Grav key. It's right below the escape key, and when I hold it down, I get this little special orange icon. And what that means is it's going to ignore the connected clips. So now when I click and drag this to move it over, the connected clip or my B-roll stays in place. And the magnetic timeline automatically moves these two bottom clips, connecting my B-roll to the new one. One of the greatest things about B-roll is it can help hide a jump cut. A jump cut is when you go from one scene to another and it's an abrupt transition, like this. Blade tool in Final Cut Pro. Are you tired of accidentally cutting? So I'm talking and then it cuts to a next part of me talking, and it's very obvious that I have a jump cut there, but we can hide it with B-roll. So I'll find the B-roll I want to use, I'll select the section of it, and then I'll just click and drag it down above my jump cut, which is right here in the middle. And now as I'm talking, it cuts to this shot, the beautiful trees, and then back to that other clip, and I've hidden the jump cut underneath it. Yes, B-roll is so helpful, don't you think? If this video has been helpful, will you please give it a thumbs up so YouTube will know to share it with other people? Thank you. And in just a little bit, I'm going to show you my top 3 websites for getting good B-roll. But first, I want to show you these cool split edits. So there are 2 different kinds of split edits. There's a J edit and an L edit. And I'll show you how to do both. So if I have these 2 clips here, I'm talking, and then I have a clip here of my son doing a sweet jump on his bike. And what I want to do is use this bike footage as B-roll as I'm talking. So what I can do is I can select my clip, go up to clip and select expand audio, or I can right click on my clip and select expand audio, or I can double click on the audio down here and it will expand the audio. And I can double click again to put it back up, or even faster, I'll just press Control S with my clip selected. And now I have my video and my audio separate, and now I can trim those and edit those separately. So I want to continue talking while this clip of the bike jump comes up. So I'll go to the end of my clip here, and I'm going to click and drag it to the left. And you'll see that my audio is staying down below, but the video is moving over to the left. Let's take a look. And trust me, it's going to change your editing game for the better. That's pretty good, but now I can hear this audio here, which I don't need. I just want to hear myself talking while I show this clip as B-roll. So I'll double click on the audio down here, and then I can put my cursor over the beginning of the audio and I can trim it so that there's no overlap. And now look at this, we have what's called an L edit. It's kind of an L shape here. I have my video, which goes down into my audio, and then my audio goes to the right, making an L edit. And here's what that looks like. And trust me, it's going to change your editing game for the better. Next, let's create a J edit. So I've got this screen recording footage of here and then me talking. And what I want it to do is have the screen recording footage, but me talking underneath it. So I've expanded my audio here of this clip, and I'll just click and drag on my video clip to the right, and you'll see that we're creating this kind of J shape right here. And now I'll expand this audio and I'll trim it so that we don't have any conflicting audio. And as I play this back, you'll hear my voice with the screen recording B-roll over the top of it. And trust me, it's going to change your editing game for the better. And then it cuts back to me. So J and L edits are fantastic ways to incorporate B-roll into your projects. All right, so now you know what B-roll is and how to use it, but what if you don't have any B-roll? Where can we get some? Don't worry, I got your back. I really like this one called Film Pack. They shoot really high quality looking footage. Let's search for podcast B-roll. So I'll type podcast, and you can see here there are just a ton of clips of people doing podcasts. Let's check this one out. I can click on it, I can download it, and I can use it in my videos. Now, Film Pack does cost, so keep that in mind. If you're looking for a free option, then head over to vidivo.net. Here we can search for B-roll that we want. Let's look for some dancing. Up here, these are sponsored, these are ads, but down here we have some B-roll footage of people dancing. Here's like a big group dancing. I can just click on that, and then I can click on this free download button here, and it will automatically download, and I've got some free dancing B-roll I can use in my project. Another great spot is pexels.com. Let's switch to videos, and let's look for hiking. And right off the bat, you see all this great footage. Look at that, that's pretty high quality. Let's click on that, and now I have some hiking B-roll I can use to spice up my videos. And all I have to do is click free download, and it automatically downloads that, and I'm ready to use it in my project. A good video can become great with good B-roll, but it can become even better with some sweet titles, effects, and transition. I put together some of my top effects in what I call the All-Star Pack. It's 96 titles, effects, and transitions, perfect for making your video look more professional. So in Final Cut Pro, if I go to my titles browser by clicking on that, I can use some of these titles that are in this pack. I just drag and drop it to my project, and I can use these on-screen controls to move its position, to change its size, and rotation. I can select the text, and I can make it my own. If I click on this title inspector here, I can change the look of it drastically. Let's click on here, and we'll do blue YouTube. And in just a few clicks, we have some professional looking motion graphics to go along with our B-roll. You can also do a custom title. I'll use this custom one here, and I can add my own custom icon right here by clicking on this drop zone and going to my browser and selecting my logo. And now I have a custom Final Cut Pro animated lower third. These templates are only 9 of the 96 that come with the pack. There's more titles, there's transitions and effects. So the All-Star Pack is worth $138, but I want to give it to you for free as a gift. All you got to do is click the link in the description below. Happy editing!